talk to you about the business you have running here at the moment.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't sell cigarettes.
Tonight, Primetime Investigates goes inside Ireland's illegal cigarette trade to come face to face with smugglers making millions of euro every year at the expense of the Irish taxpayer. We're looking for John Clare, Lou. What kind of a price are we talking about?
Depends on quantity.
We confront those who use children to sell their counterfeit products. And also the fact that you're using children to sell cigarettes.
Oh, no.
We go undercover to infiltrate the international criminals supplying illegal cigarettes. That's the Irish duty stamp. Is that a problem?
No.
Right. We reveal how smokers are increasing the risk to their lives with counterfeit products.
Well, I'm not a smoker myself, but if I was a smoker, I certainly wouldn't smoke one of these.
And how smokers are funding criminal gangs and paramilitaries every time they buy a packet of cheap cigarettes.
This is a serious, evil crime being perpetrated against every citizen of this state.
Despite all the health campaigns, all the health warnings, and the fact that thousands of people in Ireland continue to die from smoking-related diseases, Irish smokers still consume 6.5 billion cigarettes every year. Surprisingly, a quarter of that number is smuggled into the country illegally. That's 1 in every 4 cigarettes. So what's the problem with the hard-pressed smoker enjoying a few cheap fags, especially when times are tough? Well, as you're about to find out, behind those few cheap fags is a supply chain that becomes increasingly sinister and evil with every link in that chain. Tonight, for the first time, we trace those links from the local market stall in your town or village all the way back to the factories in China, Hong Kong and Lithuania.
40 Benson, please.
From the low-level sellers and smugglers
I come back at 14 and I bring more.
to the major criminals and terrorists who think nothing of cold-bloodedly murdering those who get in the way of their illegal activities. So if you want cheap cigarettes in Ireland, what do you have to do to get them? Well, in some cases, it's as easy as knocking on a neighbour's front door. This is Bernard Clark. He lives in 5 Hairlawn Green in Clondalkin, Dublin. He openly sells cigarettes from his house, and his business appears to be thriving. Over the past few months, we had no difficulty buying any amount of cheap smokes from Mr. Clark when we called to his front door.
How are you? 40 Bensons, please. Have you any of the pallets?
Yeah?
Could I have 40 on as well, please?
Ordinary, is it?
Yeah. Sure.
60.
Yeah, nice. That.
It was amazing, day after day, to watch an endless stream of people buy cigarettes from Clark. In fact, on one occasion, in less than 2 hours, more than 20 customers called to his door. Some people bought just 1 pack, others bought larger quantities.
Yeah, can I get 60 jingling?
60 what?
In order to avoid prosecution, many of those involved in this business use young children to sell their products, and Bernard Clark is no exception. On one occasion, a child who was no more than 10 or 11 years of age sold us cigarettes.
It's for one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In reality, a child can't make a decision to commit an offence when they're that young. It's the adults who are behind them that should be targeted by ourselves. What they're essentially doing is that they're breeding the next generation of criminal.
2 weeks ago, we called to Bernard Clark's house to confront him about his illegal cigarette business. I wanted to talk to you about the business you have running here at the moment from your house.
I used them when I was fucking about. We got raised last week and we haven't had them since.
Well, you were selling them this morning because you sold a packet to our colleague this morning.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you filling me in now?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
There's something like. I don't sell cigarettes.
You just told me a couple of minutes ago you did sell cigarettes
I
here.
don't sell cigarettes here.
You told me that
I
you
just
were
told
raided
you,
a few minutes ago.
I told you I don't sell. I used to. I don't sell them anymore. I said.
So you're denying it completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're denying you ever sold cigarettes. Okay. Do you have anything to say for inclusion in the programme that we're doing about this?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Fine, that's no problem, Bernard. Thanks a million. Bernard Clark's customers might think he's doing them a favour and doing them no harm by selling a few cheap smokes. That's simply not true. We had samples of his cigarettes analysed. We compared the results with a legitimate brand which we used as a base sample. The results were frightening. Arsenic, cadmium and lead are just 3 of the heavy metals found in every cigarette, whether genuine or counterfeit. All 3 are known carcinogens which cause numerous forms of cancer. The cigarettes Clark sold us contained more than double the amount of arsenic and cadmium found in our base sample. The quantity of lead was almost 3 times normal levels. But Bernard Clark is just the bottom rung of the ladder. As you're about to find out, the illegal cigarette dealers we came face to face with get bigger and bigger on each step of the ladder. What currency do you want payment in dollars? And as their business gets bigger, the stakes increase.
The top quality down there wouldn't be the best one there.
So how is Ireland such a lucrative destination for the illegal cigarette smuggler? Well, there are a number of reasons.
Quality at the right price.
Over the years, it could be argued successive governments here contributed to the problem by repeatedly increasing taxes on tobacco products.
I propose also to increase the level of excise duty on tobacco as follows.
10p